Welcome back to Mascot Media Video YouTube channel. My name is Gilbert Angonye. My job is to make the web development simple and easy for you in this generation of IT so you can start and finish building your web project. If you value this video, enable to give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It goes a long way to growing our channel and to make sure that you never miss out of any new updates. All right, after list, we are moving up to the next one, which is color. We'll go straight without wasting time to our work. We have color. Inside color, we have a folder. Probably, then we have index. Index is HTML. All right, we have our form of our page. We're on color, on HTML color, HTML color. Here in our H2, say HTML color. We'll move straight to our live server so you can see what we're doing. Any single update we do, we see, so you can have a view of what we're doing. All right, we all know very well that electronic devices display colors by combining red, green, and blue lights. These three lights, when they are combined, they give us different kinds of color types. I won't tell you, I'm not going to tell you how many colors that we have. But by the time I finish this very topic, you will know that there's no need trying to know how many types of colors or how many colors that we have. You will definitely realize that it will be useless thinking of how many colors. I also give you shortcut in any color. But meanwhile, in HTML, in programming, we don't do much. We don't have color. Is not an issue. Color is not an issue, but it's a topic that must be handled. We'll be considering two major classifications of color. There's RGB and the hexadecimal color. The RGB and the hexadecimal color. Okay, let me give the RGB. Sorry for that. RGB. That the RGB will have a red, green, and the black. Sorry, and the blue, please. Color. That's the first one. And since we have treated the list, I think it will be appropriate we'll do the writing. That's the writing. The paragraph can wait. So we use the other list. Thank you. We use other list. The first one is the RGB, and the next one should be the hexadecimal color. Then we can see that on the browser. The first one is RGB, the red, green, and blue. Then the next one would be the hexadecimal. Let me put this: the RGB colors and the hexadecimal colors. So I'll go straight to the first one, which is so in that case, I also have to establish my list. I'll save. I want to explain. With HTML, RGB values can be specified using the formula RGB. We normally use this formula RGB. That's the normal red, green, blue. Each parameter, red, green, and blue, define the intensity of the color between 0 and 255. Hope you get that. Each of these colors here, red, green, and blue, each of them defines the intensity of the color between 0 and 255. Let me explain. Here, let's say we have something like this. We have in the paragraph, we have a RGB. We have this bracket. We have 255, 0, 0. What this is saying is that here we have 255 in the first one, which is for arrow. I hope you know, you can see the arrow here, the red, green, blue. So the first one, the one in the first position is red. Any number in the first one is red. Any number in the second one is green. And any number in the third one is blue. That is to say that we have given red the maximum color. I'm not forget to tell you that 0 here, you have 0 to 255. 1 by 0 to 255 is, if you didn't get that very well, 0 to 255, what I mean by that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 6, 7, 8. All through to 7, 8, 9 to 255. So any number you put, any of these numbers you put will change the intensity of red. 0, the intensity of red at 0 means it is 0 and there's nothing there. It means there's nothing. There are times in colors where you have, instead of the three positions will be 0, 0, 0. We'll also see that one here in this tutorial today. In this color of a thing, I'm not going to do a lot of coding. I have to do a lot of teaching. I have to do a lot of explanation. After the explanation, you can easily manipulate any color you want to do. So what we're saying is that red here is from 0 to 255. You can imagine that. that green is also from 0 to 255 and blue is also from 0 to 255. You can combine these three positions. You can use numbers, three numbers, to fill in these three positions to get a particular color. When we get to colors, when we start presenting them on the browser, you understand what we mean. As we change the numbers, the colors will be changing. Remember what I said initially, that electronic devices display colors by combining these three lights, red, green, and blue. When these three colors are combined, they produce a particular single color. They produce a single color. So here, whatever we have here now is something that red is at the maximum. Green here, red is at the maximum. Green is 0, nothing. Blue is nothing. In other words, what we have here is just red. But we cannot leave these positions empty. We need to fill a number. That is why we have it 0. I will have this other one 0. Green and blue here, they are all 0. While red is 255. If I reduce the number, whatever the output will be in the browser will also change. So now, if I have this kind of thing, this color now will give us red. This color now will give us red because it's the first position. Okay. Let's say we have in the second position, the first position will have 0. Second position will have 255. You can imagine what would be. I think that should be green because green is at the middle position. If the first position is 0, second position is 0, and the last position is 255, right there, that will give us blue. That's a simple thing there. Then let's continue again. If we have something like this, in which the first position is 255, second position is 255, and the last position is 0, we will have yellow. That's what we're told in school, that a combination of red and green, red 255, green 255, will give us yellow. When you combine two colors, red and green, what will we get is yellow. This is how they are being combined. Then if we have something again, okay, that will give us yellow. Okay, it's there, I'm writing yellow. Then if you combine second position and the last position, second position and last position, 255, second position and last position, we'll have what we call cyan. Cyan is the color. We'll see these things when we go to the browser. But I need to give you this explanation, it's very important. So you know why we have yellow. I've told you the initial colors that we have is red, green, and blue. But how do we get yellow? How do we get cyan? That is exactly what I'm telling you. For a situation where the first and the last is red and blue, red and blue, red and blue, 255, red and blue, the first and the last, you are looking at purple. That is purple for you. That is purple. Then we have another situation. That situation is where three of them is present. If you miss these three colors, what will you have? We're looking at white. Then if we have three of them to be absent at a 0 level, we're looking at black. Where the intensity is reduced to 0 for three of them, in RGB, you're going to have black. We're having black at that situation. You have to remember that the combination in the numbers can be any value. After this teaching, if you still have a problem, you can drop any question in the comment. Then I think I will be in a very good position to help you out. Now, let's say we combine these colors. What are we going to have? Okay, let's have one or two things too. For example, I have a H1 here. This is mascot media video. Inside this, we have our style. That is inline CSS. We have three types of CSS. I've not used a particular one. I've not used. I'll be using two types. So this one I'm using now. This style here is inline. The one I use at the head section of my page over here. The one I normally put style here. The one I normally come here and put style. This one is internal. But this one I'm doing here now, you are watching, is inline CSS. The three types. The particular one I've not used. And for now, I don't think I am supposed to use it till I get to CSS. If I get a CSS, I will use it a lot. In fact, I think that's the one, the dominant one there. But here, I'll be pairing these two. So here we have this style. Let me roll this thing up a little for it to be easier for us to see it here. We have this style. In this style, I say color. What color do I want? I want red. This is mascot media video. I've changed to red. They have background color. The color is for the text, and they have done that. Then the background color, I have RGB inside the bracket. Remember, I said RGB to welcome the RGB color format. Inside, I decided to use any number I don't know any color I'm choosing now, because if I tell you that I know names of colors, that means I'm not supposed to be here teaching you. There are many of them. You've already seen it from 0 to 55, another 0 to 55, another 0. When these numbers are combining, so when these numbers are combined, then you can know this time this time this, or this plot this plot this. Then tell me how many colors we have. It's not going to be easy for you. So let's just choose a random number: 35, comma 59, comma and 57. This means that the first one, which is red, sorry, RGB, please. You saw what happened when I said RGB changed. When I made the mistake, it did not change. Here, I have this. It means that the first one, which is red, is 35. The intensity should be 35. The green is 29. Then the B, which is blue, should be 57. There's a color here you watch. I'll also show you a shortcut, but this is what color is in HTML. So I save. That's the background. You can see the background. Before we put this background color, the color happened to be the color of the browser. But now you understand the point I am hitting. This is what H1 gave to us. The one that appears to be like black is the background color. Then the one with the mascot media video is our color, the color of text. Any of these can be altered, but let the minimum be 0 and let the maximum be 255. Don't exceed that and don't go below that. If you are within this range of 0 to 55, you're okay with the colors. It can give you anything. A combination of these numbers is giving you a particular color. If you are studying color and want to know the name, that's good for you. So, but with our Visual Studio VS Code, you can click on this. Seeing this color, you can touch anywhere. Anywhere you touch now, you see what will happen. It will change our numbers. We'll have 35, 29, 57 or thereabouts. Anywhere you touch now, you are changing the number. Anywhere, the numbers are changing. You can see how the numbers are changing. As I'm clicking this, you can see how the numbers are changing. If I save, it will alter our background color. As I'm clicking this, you see how the numbers are changing. If I pick here, I hope you get the idea now. That exactly, the numbers are changing. If you are looking up here, you see the numbers changing. If we save, whatever we have here will appear in our browser. That is RGB for you. That is how RGB colors can be explained. If there's any other thing you need on this, I think you will still get it. Just save and it will alter that. If I do undo again, keep on changing. If I save, it will alter that. So that's RGB color for you. Any other thing we'll do, we'll keep color, we'll keep the other one. We'll give color to this. We can change this one too with RGB. Background color, we can also use RGB to do that. But you can go direct if you know the name of the color to use this. Why I use these two things is to these two values. It's just that here you can go straight if you know the names of the colors. If you know the names, you can go straight. If you don't, if you know the RGB, you can go on with the RGB. That's why I use these two types. These two types are acceptable in HTML, very much acceptable in HTML. So if you know the name of the color, you can go on with the color name. If you don't, if this number you are comfortable with, you can go with the numbers. So, but that is where we are now. So let's go to the next one, which is in the second list is hexadecimal color. That's the next one we will see. In hexadecimal, we are considering base 16 in mathematics. If you are familiar with it, base 16. That is from your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's what we see in number basis. But from 0 to 15, that's what we'll count. Base 16 means it's 15. Base 16 means it's 15. So what we use here are their figures, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't count 10. Instead of counting 10, we'll count A, we count B, we count C, D, E, F. A is for 10. Let me put down something so you understand what I mean by that. In hexadecimal, is why RGB is from 0 to 255. Hexadecimal is from 0 to F. From 0 to F. Why RGB is from 0 to 255. Hexadecimal is from 0 to F. I hope you get what I mean by that. Even if you did not get the explanation, I'll detail it now. And by detailing it, you definitely will pick it up. Here now, let's say we have something like this. We have this FF0000. This will give us red. I still remember. Oh, please let's not put this in normal format. And then give some spaces here so that to be easier put this one too in the format, in element. It's always good to put things in element. If you save, you have something there. That's what we have in the browser. Here, you can see we have 6 of them here. We have the hashtag, they will have 6. The first 2 is the R, the second 2 is the G, and the last 2 is the B. So it's still red, green, and blue. Hexadecimal color doesn't mean we're creating another color. It means that we're still in that same color. So the RGB here means the first 2 letters is R, the next 2 letters is the G, and the last 2 letters is the B. So here now, I put FF, which is the maximum. Remember, I told you from 0 is 0, 1, 10. Now we have these 2. Let me copy this. I need this from 1 to this. Copy this first here. After 9, we have A, B, C, D, E, F. That's the end. So our the RGB color we'll be using, but you can see it in the browser here, from 0 to F, from 1 to 15. So from the browser here, we can see that the first two is FF, so it's in red. So let's take it up again. The next one is, if we have red, green, the next FF, is in the second position, so which should be green. If we place it like this, the next FF should be in the last position. I think that should be blue. Check it if it is blue. That should be blue. Then we'll move again. For us to get yellow, the first and the second position will be in its intensity, has to be full, while the other one will be at the beginning. So this one will give us yellow. A combination of red, RG, a combination of RG will give us yellow. Then here we have 00 FF. 00 FF will give us cyan. That is to say that the arrow is 0, the red is 0. Then the G and the B is in its full capacity. The next we see will be the first is full and the last is full. That will give us purple. That's purple for you. Then if all is complete, that is white. Then when all is not 0, that should be black from what we'll be seeing. So that should be black. The same position, they can be altered, they can be mixed. It's not like RGB, which is from 0 to 255. It's just from 0. From explanation I gave to you from the browser, or the explanation I gave to you either from the text editor or the browser, you will definitely get it right. From 0, if you want to use a hexadecimal, you start with the hashtag. After the hashtag, mix this 3. And there's something again. Sometimes instead of making it 6, you can make it 3. If you want to make this white 3, it will be hashtag. If you want to make white to be 3, since it's FF, it will be hashtag FFF3. If you want to make black, it will be hashtag 000. This will give you black. So let's have an environment where we can experiment that. Now let me copy what we have before instead of wasting time. I bring it here. Then here, the color. Let's say the color. I take hashtag F0F0F0. Must not be in capital letter. Okay, let me change that because of what I'm seeing. I don't know if you really saw what I saw. FF. How many do you have there? F0, F0, F. It's giving us the same thing. 00. It's trying to give us white, and our browser is white, so I don't want that. I don't have any color in mind. I just want to issue a color. Hope you can see the difference between 2 of them. Then the background color, instead of issuing RGB again, by writing that RGB, you have initiated the RGB environment. You will have to write the RGB colors. By putting the hashtag, you have initiated this color. By putting the hashtag, you have initiated the environment for hexadecimal. So give it any number. I can put 008855. I save. You can see what we have in the browser. These numbers can be combined. Anyhow you do it, I just have to believe that you've got an idea of what I'm trying to explain here. A combination of it. If you have any color in mind, no problem, write the color. But how we create this color, what I'm teaching you here is how we come about with these colors. A combination of numbers, and I've succeeded in proving to you that these numbers can be combined to get what we want. If you want to get maybe you want the background to be black, simple is how many zeros? 6 zeros. If you want the background to be black, ensure to remove the RGB. Put your hashtag 60123456. Save it, and you have it. If you want the text to be white, no problem. Remove the red, then put your hashtag. Put 6F123456. Capital letter, small letter. You are good to go. Look at it. So that is what we have in color in HTML. I don't think there's any much thing. If you learn colors for the first time, you don't learn it again. It's just once and it's gone forever in your memory. Combination of numbers. If you have a color, the color in mind, no problem. But where you don't have the color in mind, if you're practicing, this is how you initiate colors. Then if you are building a project that you have a color name, then you can find a way to get the name of the colors. And that is where we can stop for today. Color have never been a problem, even in my days. I just learned it once and I didn't learn it again. It's only a problem when you are building a project and your customer said, do this for me. I want it this way. That's when you start looking for colors and whatever. Apart from that, you do your design and go your way. Having gone this far, thank you for following me. This is our channel, Mascot Media Video. By name, I am Gilbert Angonye, presenting this very thing to you. It's my pleasure to have you here, and I'm happy you have gone with us up to this level. If you value this tutorial very much, please enable to click that like button, share to friends, and don't forget to subscribe. These are things that will make our channel grow. Like I always say, this channel is new, but I tell you that whatsoever we're teaching here is not new. But we are trying to put it in the better place, the better position, so that you can easily understand what we are doing here. We are teachers, and we are teaching. We are presenting the best to you, using the best approach, an approach that will make it easier for you to follow in what we are doing. That's what we can solve for now. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.